How does Uber Eats make money? They make bank. So I'm just gonna give this really simple example how much Uber could make off of a delivery. An UberX example. Let's say I'm a driver and I'm picking up a client, okay, and the client wants to go 1 mile away. So Uber is gonna charge that client, you know, $5, and then Uber's gonna charge a safe rider fee or safe trusty fee, or that extra fee that they charge that don't go to the driver. All right, Uber charges that. So let's say in this example, our passenger spent $6 on this ride. The driver, on the other hand, he's gonna get $5, okay, and then Uber's gonna take their cut, 25% cut or a 20% cut. Let's just say the driver walks away with $4. It was a really short ride. Uber makes, you know, the safe rider fee, and they make the other dollar that they charge the driver. So Uber makes a little bit of money, and the driver makes, like, you know, $4 or whatever. Now let's use the same example, but instead of having a person in the car, let's have some food in the car. This is an Uber Eats order. So I'm gonna go pick up this Uber Eats order. I'm gonna go to the restaurant. I'm gonna pick the order up. I'm gonna say, dang, this is a lot of food. So let's say it's $100 worth of food. I get in my car, I drive the food down the street 1 mile away. Let's just say the delivery fee that the customer paid was $5, which it is. It's like $5 in the Bay Area. And the driver would make, you know, money off of that, right? He would get $5 because it was a really short delivery. It didn't take him a long time. So he's gonna get $5. And Uber's gonna take their cut out depending on if that driver pays 20% commission or 25% commission or even 30% commission. So Uber's gonna take their cut, so the driver is gonna be left for like $4. It sounds like the same exact scenario I just used with the UberX ride. The driver gets $4, the ride's $5. How does Uber make money off of this? In that second example, I said the food was $100. Now Uber makes anywhere from 20% to 35% on food orders. That's a large chunk. Not only did they get the dollar that the customer paid for the delivery fee, which was $5, Uber paid me $4. Uber gets to keep that dollar, and let's say the food cost $100. Uber gets to keep $35 out of that 100 if that restaurant is paying 35%. If that restaurant's paying 20%, Uber gets to keep $20. That is way more profitable for Uber than an UberX request or Uber Pool request, because now they can make a percentage off of the amount that's being delivered. It's a whole another revenue stream for Uber, and it's no secret. Like, other food delivery services have been making money this same way too. I mean, it's a great way to make money. Like, you don't own any restaurants, you don't have any carriers, you just have an app, and you just make percentages. Like, that's the best way to make money, if you ask me. Is this good for the restaurants? Well, I will say this. I have definitely made deliveries, Uber Eats deliveries, and not only Uber Eats, deliveries on other platforms. Showed up to a restaurant at 7 p.m., which is dinner time. There's not one person sitting in the restaurant. There's 20 or 30 empty seats. There's not one person dining in the restaurant. I'm thinking, dang, there's like no one here. How are they making money? And then I walk back to the back counter to pick the food up, and I'm looking around, and there's 30 packages of food already packed up. And you see people back there in the kitchen screaming, hey, move this, get this, get this. Oh, that restaurant was busy. It just wasn't anyone in the restaurant eating. It was all food delivery orders. And on all those food delivery orders, the restaurants have to pay commissions to these companies. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's say I had a business and I was generating $10,000 a month in sales, and I was open 10 hours a day. And let's say I added, this Uber app to my business, and now I'm making $15,000 a month in sales because I'm getting way more food delivery orders, and I'm also getting the same clients that would come to my restaurant normally. Is it really a bad thing? I've actually seen a few restaurants in San Francisco where you can only get food through an app. Like, you can't just walk up to the restaurant. There's no seats. There's no window to order. There's not really even a sign outside. It's just like a door. You just open the door, you go in, and when you walk in, it's literally like food all around you. Like, some of these new businesses that are popping up on the Uber Eats app are the type of businesses where they have like this random location off of the beaten path, like it's not on a busy street. It's just a kitchen, and they just make food there. So these aren't like pretty places when you go, because only delivery people go, pick up the food and deliver it. I feel in the future for low price food, like, you know, meals like under $10, maybe someday that the only way you would be able to get that meal is through an app. Because now the restaurants see, well, look, we don't have to have 100 employees. Now we can have 20 employees. We don't have to have this, you know, large storefront that's really expensive on the main street. Now we can have like a little hole in the wall and we can deliver food like through apps. So that's one thing, like, I kind of like have seen, I've seen a few of those restaurants pop up, and it's not really a bad thing. I mean, I'm not saying that in the next 5 years, you're not gonna be able to like walk up and buy a burger, but it is kind of scary to think that, you know, now these big companies, like, they have their hands in all of these like small mom and pop businesses, and they're making profits off of them. Like, they're making like money off of like all these little like mom and pop shops. Now the commissions that some of these restaurants are paying, it could vary. It could be some sort of a system where, like, if you do X amount of sales, you pay 25%. If you do even more sales, maybe you pay a less commission, maybe you pay 20%. I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm sure it works very similar to like what it is for drivers. Like, if you complete 120 trips, you get a bonus. And I'm sure for restaurants, they probably get some sort of bonus, and that bonus would be a reduction in the commissions that they pay Uber weekly or monthly, or however it's, you know, set up with the restaurant and Uber. This is definitely a huge income stream for Uber, and it's really easy for Uber to offer a service like Uber Eats because they already have a lot of drivers in cities all over the world anyway. It's just one other extra thing for drivers to do to make money. Just wanted to make a quick video to just give you guys sort of a ballpark figure of how much money Uber Eats make, like, off of the deliveries. When I first heard this information, I was pretty surprised. I was like, dang, that's brilliant. Like, there's no denying that. Like, that's definitely a way to make money. If you guys like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this from me, subscribe. And always, thanks a lot for watching. Peace.